Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Let's do it! Take a big time. It's Swifty time today.
Yo, dog, Kenny Boucher here, Next Level Painting, hitting you up on that literal best of all days, coming to you live from that Beats Lab in an undisclosed location in Central Florida. North America's nutsack. We're doing it again. All right. How fucking loud is this music? Sounds good. More pigment tuning in, my man Rhea Prey. Recoil, aka Quail Daddy. Let's see. Guilty. Mateo. Goat Boy. Can't forget about old Goat Boy. Doc Zoidberg. What's up, man? Tallest UK. How's everyone doing after the old holiday weekend? Everyone blow their dick off? This is the problem. Like, this shit is loud as fuck in my ears. Somebody was messing around my computer over the weekend. Mo's Magic, just chilling, brother. The Rampage says, no fireworks here, no money to buy them. Broke. Recoil says, seems like all dicks are still attached. I counted them. All my penises are still attached. Reprices, you keep blaming your cats for shit. Cleaning the lab, tweaking your computer. Yeah. Damn cats. Hitting a rampage. Your fireworks was Kill Team tournament. You went to N1 on Sunday. Congratulations. Dope. Ballin'. Had the family over. My nieces, my brother, sister-in-law. Went up to my parents' house, shot some fireworks. Went to an arcade. My lady played me in a couple rounds of Smash. She rage quit. Hitting the rampage. Sanctifiers OP. Funny thing is, I didn't know it at the time. How many did you like? What are sanctifiers? I don't know what that is. I was gonna be like, would you run like 10? I don't even know what that is. This is the faction. New sisters unit. So Big news is I did check the mail today. So I don't know. Everything seems slow in the background right now. Because of 4th of July falling on a Friday. That seems to have really jacked up America. I don't know. My Patreon hasn't paid me out, which normally pays out like on the around the. I usually click the button on like the 3rd, and then that's like my paycheck usually rolls in on the 5th, and it's like the 8th, and I'm broke. It's like processing. But I did check the mail, and we ended up with a really cool package. Posted in Discord. There they are. Handmade. Recoil orange liner. Yes, sir. Go Boy 76, 16 months back to back. 5 years. Looks like we made it. We're official. Yeah, like straight up like Miami colors. Florida man. Legend. I love these dice bags. These dice bags. So we gave one away already. Today's another giveaway. On the 8th, each ticket is 360 Yodogs. Four drawings left. We're working on the Great and Clean one. Feeling pretty excited to pull out the paintbrush and sink my teeth into the workup, focusing on the face, which is currently separate from the model, kind of giving us a proof of concept of what colors to introduce to the model. Last episode we started that process, but we're kind of on a timer, so it feels good to just start that right now at the beginning, spend as much time on it as I need to. Locking into the cradle. Recoil. That's a funny way of writing that. You said Sacred Skull ready to receive the next atonement. Love that. Well written. Let's see where we're at with exposure. My printer just kick on? You printed something? It's weird. There we go. Matt Aarons in the chat says bag Raffle. Well done there. But it has a tight bag. It is a tight bag. Thanks, man.
It's so damn hot. Milk was a bad choice.
Hope you are doing well.
NS Ogre, 99 months of support. $20 in the bank. That's my man right there picking up some Yo DZs for the Dice BZ giveaway. 99 months. Luckstar Gaming, what's up? Says, hey, in chat, how we all doing? Templar tuning in, what's up, brother? Matt Aaron says, got sucked in by the turquoise. Yeah, you love that shit. You love any teal color. So this is our skin workup, NS Ogre. We have a video out on Patreon already. A cut. This is a build up off of like a golden brown to a... I already forgot. I have to look. I want to say heavy, warm white. Signature series. We re-embedded some... was it just watered down bright jade? Is that what we did? We made like a Plains gray out of it or something, didn't we? And then we did a lot of dry brushing. And we have the face right here, and we just kind of started messing with just some of the colors on our palette. Just to kind of see where we're at. Just kind of get a nice snapshot. Nice proof of concept. That's what we're gonna focus on. We got the legendary Matt Aarons, the Renaissance man in chat. And Nurgle enthusiast. Let's get some action out here. Kind of curious on where I should start. Kind of feel like I should start figuring out the cowl. Kind of get that out of the way. I don't know. Maybe. Luckstar Gaming says, I'm into Warhammer. I'm planning to do my own Space Marine chapter. This is the way. So we used burgundy. I can remember this. We pulled out some burgundy. And like the edgelord that I am, I just kind of combine these two instead of just using a purple. Right? I will grab some purple though. We've always got burgundy on the palette. That's right. Reappraise. Now let's see here. Where is my shit? There it is. Behind the WD-40. A little bit of that noosh. Water. Enigma hobbies in the chat. The day of Necrotite green are long gone. I mean, we got options now. We got bright yellow green. So we did something like combine these two. Okay. And what I'm thinking is, let's just grab some purple. Let's just see what it looks like to sketch some in. So it's funny because you add a little purple to it, it's almost not even changing it. I'm just kind of bringing a little bit of a sketchy transition down. And there's a fucking massive hair right there. I went out for lunch today. Truck told me that it was 38 outside. That's like 100 Fahrenheit. No wonder I'm walking dead today. Yeah, man, that's hot as shit. So I'm just kind of sketching on, because what I learned from that little experiment was the purple kind of mostly just rides as a highlight here, and I can blend it out later. So what I'm doing is just kind of using the tip of my brush, following the curvature of some of these folds in this fabric. Using the heart pull right here. I want to get this out of the way because I feel like I'm gonna get some stray brush strokes on the horns and maybe even on the skin. So I'd rather only have to fix my mistakes once. Oh, I gotta lock these wheels. There we go. Move some of this light around. And this is a bit aggressive in some of these darker pieces of the real estate. with that. You see up here, you see a lot of the burgundy showing through. But gonna ride. To bring some of that sketch. That sketch technique. Constantly trying to use the tip of the brush to pull back. I think I'm just drawing little lines. Spect in chat, what's up, brother? Recoil's mom, she's got it going on. Go back here. Okay, so here's some of that puddle we made earlier that has some of the other color in it. Burgundy and the blue. Some purple. Rinse that off a little bit. Grab a little more purple. We're gonna put more, install a little bit more here. Semi-opaque, a little wet. Sneak up over here, grab some of this. Just kind of blur that. So I want it to be relatively dark because it's framing such a light composition on the skin. So we're trying to keep it dark and aggressively highlighted, as typically I do. Agrippa tuning in. What's up, brother? Templar says, this is not a Titan. What the fuck? I mean, it kind of is. All right, so let's take a look. Some of these more aggressive highlights. We're going to take some of our kind of split. We're going to try to lower the opacity. Run a little bit of a blur against some of these highlights. Anywhere where I could see a pretty defined tide line. Just going to smooth it out a little bit. This low opacity filter, which is composed of the burgundy and the blue. only a touch of the purple, but most importantly, it's totally thinned down. Lots of moisture. Then I removed some of the excess moisture. Palette. So let's take. I'm gonna go back to burgundy and blue. Just kind of install a more defined shadow inside this thick fold right here. Moisten that up a little bit. And I like it that now in this version of the mix there's more blue showing, which is a really neat compliment. Go back to this other mix, which is also very low opacity, thinned down. It's got a little moisture in it, so we can kind of exploit capillary blending. Grab some more purple. Pour some of that purple in right there. Titan of the plague industry. That's right, Recoil. Templar says this is a Titan the same way that Rottweilers are. Damn. It's cold as ice, dude. Okay, back to some stock purple. Some water. So let's rinse, get some of the blue out of the bristles. How blue gets in there. Purple, some water.
Excellent!
J-Mac over on YouTube. Thanks for the sub, brother. So we've lowered the opacity. We're going to take some of that excess moisture off with the paper towel. So low opacity and low moisture. We're just going to bring some in. Just kind of ramp it up. We're using the number 4. Stippling and heart pulling right now. We're doing a little tracer right here. A little heart pull right here. tracing right here. Let's do another stack of opacity down here. And this low opacity, low moisture technique. Glazing. For anyone who's new. So what we're trying to do is establish like a nice blended appearance. A nice clean transition. But we're trying to keep that fabric extremely dark. But we want some pop, right? So you got to stretch it out in maintenance of the darker position. Again, so some purple, some water. Paper towel. Heart pull. Our little trace right here. Heart pull right here. We're just going to tag some of these folds as we build the larger blend before we start getting really tight with our highlights. You can imagine, or like you could kind of assume that this is like kind of the airbrush step, right? We're applying a technique similar to the airbrush where we're building up some transitions, and then we're going to go in and tighten it up. And that's what glazing's great for. Dark Net over on YouTube says, that looks good, Kenny. Thanks, man. All the action's on Twitch right now, so I'd suggest migrating on over. We're also doing a big raffle today for a dice bag. Exclamation point. Bag raffle. So let's use our low opacity mix up here. Just using a collection of heart pulls, creating a nice textured line.
In an immaculate chorus, down from the heavens descended Chuck Norris.
Disco with the disco chop coming in 44 months. This is just that stock purple. And I'm happy with that. Let me rinse this brush.
What book?
The unwritten book of the road.
Big Bobzilla just triggered our command. We're going to use a little brush soap. Clean out that blue.
What book?
The unwritten book of the road.
Like I said, there's a lot of blue staining this bristles right now. Big Bobzilla says was lurking on YouTube lately since it plays in the background. Oh, does Twitch not do that? That's upsetting. All right, feel good about that. Today's big raffle. What is it? What's the number? It's escalating as you accrue free Yo Dogs. 360 Yo Dogs per ticket today. And we're gonna run the raffle at the end of the show. Poor Pigment with the fucking Miracle Whip. Here's what I'm thinking. While that's chilling, let's grab dark neutral gray. Rottweiler, what's up, man? The grip on not enough Yo Dogs. You get Yo Dogs for watching. And the math is based on 180 Yo Dogs per show. And you get 20 Yo Dogs per dollar donated. All right, so let's take, here's what I'm thinking. Dark neutral gray and blue. I'm just raw dogging this. They're beat up number 6. that the math? War pigment? Ray pray. It's so hot my phone mount fell off my windshield. Bro, where do you live? Florida? There's raw dogging. Kind of just mixing it as I go. Dark neutral gray and some stock blue kind of combining to make a beautiful, cool gray. Just trying to remove that from the frame. Rot Wheezy in the chat. Templar actually complimented your cooking earlier. Rottweiler. Templar is a real person. He's AI. Request. I knew you'd figure it out. You know, I kind of wanted to mess around with one of these dotless synthetics. Sent me some samples. Give him the old Shotsky. So let's take some white. So purple and white. And what I plan on doing is just kind of crisping this up. So I'm running a tracer right here with their 00 dotless. He's doing a pretty good job. Hold your breath, swing it from right to left. Take brush pressure at all times. Create the painty cradle. Dark Horse in chat. What's up, brother? So this is got a good blend of white and purple in the mix. And we're going to use it to get some of these little dots as well. It's a respectful edge highlight. We're going to take it a step further, no doubt. Run a tracer on that bottom shelf. Just grab a little noosh. And let's take a little bit for the heart pull right here. Here. Just on those rounder folds. Let's keep it going. Rotate. Catch that angle. Rotate. Let's get a little bit more mixed up. There we go. Rotate back. Perfect. Catch that seam right there. I'm with that. Let's take a little noosh again. Lower the opacity a little bit. Use that. Do a heart pull on some of these center folds. There. Just build up a little bit of that respect. Sneaking right here. Right, Wireless, you all right, man? I just read that you said you had a migraine. See, with the little noosh, it's going to temper the highlight down a little bit on these softer round fabrics, you know, because there's not like a razor edge there for me to catch. So you gotta have to soften it a bit. Grab some more purple white. Let's catch this bottom ledge of this fabric tear. Let's rotate it back. Catch a traditional tracer right there. Picking up some more raw dog mix. We are testing out one of those Dauntless Monument Hobbies brushes, which I think is like their budget economy brush. I'm not sure what the marketing on them is. Does anybody else know? Grippa, they're meant to be economy brushes. Hardwired Magic, thanks for the follow, brother. Rinse that off. Agrippa says that they splay and fray super fast for you. Problem there. Rottweiler likes the Opus brushes, and they are like one of the most expensive brushes in the market, so that makes sense. Because the price tag is so high, you take care of them. That's right. Maybe if you take care of all your brushes. Speaking of brushes I don't take care of, going down on one of my 18-0 synthetics. Put a little flow improver down. We're going to move into the more white, a little purple. We're going to just get a little bit crispier. Start popping out some of these little edges. I have some ZEM branded needle tip sables. I got them as stockist costs, $7 a brush. I use this brush I'm using for my edge highlighting. I have it in my syllabus. Like $5. I buy like 10 of them at a time. And what we're trying to do here is pop out these hard edges. Catching that raid. Coming in with 69. Nice. Raiders. The Monument Hobby crew. We were messing around with one of these Dauntless brushes. Lay out some of these highlights on this face or on this fabric. Welcome to the chat. Welcome, Raiders. We got a big raffle tonight. Exclamation point bag raffle. The dice bags are in. Exclamation point no hobo. Dark, thank you for the follow. So right now what we're doing is we're using purple. We have like a burgundy blue, purple kind of workup on this. And now we are adding just some white to the purple and building up some subtle highlights. My man Rancid Vomit. Vomit coming in 94 months. Legendary. We're taking just a little white, a little purple. We're just spiking some more aggressive white toward the sharper points. Using the tracer, high opacity, low moisture, pretty much just raw dogging bold titanium white with a speck of purple in it right now. Hold your breath, swing it from right to left. I'm gonna catch these little guys right here. A little bit right here. Take a little noosh. Cut the opacity. A little heart pull. Right there. Right there.
Happy Tuesday, Florida sun.
Recoil's mom's got it going on. Dropping the death clock gif. 20 spot. Let me get some love in chat for Recoil's mom. Founding member of the Cool Moms Club. Using just some heart pulls. Catch a little bit of that center mass. Some of these top folds right here. Just really looking forward to sinking my teeth into this.
Question.
What?
Are we not saying phrasing anymore? I'm coming! Phrasing boom!
Come on, make a hole.
Phrasing boom.
Tell Archer I'm coming for him. Phrasing boom and both berries out.
Need a bag to put all those dice you sent me.
Templar, you fucking savage. He does have so many fucking dice. Hashtag no hobo from my boy, exclamation point no hobo from my man Templar. Picking up tons of raffle tickets. And don't be discouraged. Who won with one entry last week? Yeah, he says, give up now. It's mine. So we've never done a dice bag giveaway like this before. This is going to be our 9th year next month on the platform. We always do like a top D thing. But instead, what we're doing is a no purchase necessary raffle. It's calculated out at you get 180 Yodogs per viewing if you watch every second. Usually a little more than that. You get over 100 for a resub. we periodically give them away, and you get 20 per dollar. So each Tuesday, it costs more to enter the raffle because you've gotten more by now, presumably. But that's the game. We got some deep lore on the new dice bag. Darth Jameson. That's right. Let's get a couple more highlights down here on the back. Using some white, some purple. Couple of heart pulls, tracers. And we do want this cowl to be relatively dark with just some eccentric highlights. Now I'm going to grab a little fluorescent pink. Which I'm trying to make it come out without exploding. Which I think I already blew this one up once. It's just... There we go. Whew. Now what I want to do, take a little noosh, some of the fluorescent pink. And I want to see how it looks if I kind of glaze it over some of this line work we just did. Especially like in this spot. Oh, yeah, I like that. Drag some of that fluorescent pink in. Just kind of resaturate some of those highlights. Especially up top right here, I can tell it's going to look great. Yep. We'll take that as a stopping point on the fabric. So we can really now appreciate the pale kind of albino Rhodicus skin framed by something dark. We gotta still detail out the skin. But like I said, the face, we're using it as kind of our proof of concept, the design. Gonna grab this dry brush. Grab some of the neutral gray with the white. Some of the blue. We're gonna bring that in, going against the grain, the horns. A little bit more white. Get some of that white off. Make sure it feels good. Be a lot of easy dry brushing on this kit. More white. Captain Banhammer says it looks delightfully Nurgle. He would know. Light brush pressure. We can take a look. You can kind of get a sense of where the whole body's going, right? So I do like that. So we're gonna have colors like that, teal all over the place. We're gonna be framing things with dark wherever we can. It's really going to come down to just being clever with our pin washing game on the skin. So we're going to come, and you see how we started messing with that on the face. So we're going to have to kind of reinforce, get all the pimples and the pus. To look the way we want. Right now, this is just like relatively placeholder in appearance. We didn't do much. We paint this eyeball white. See, is that his... Oh, look at the picture. Let's get his face. Kind of squinting with his other eye. It's okay. But I definitely want there to be some really aggressive highlighting and clean pin washing. This model really does a lot of its own work. Let me rinse this dry brush off. A little bit of soap. And I'm going to do just one little kind of spot highlight, and then we're going to do a whip session. Some more bright jade. Steal some white. Some water. Just add a little bit of height factor. Sketch in just a little bit of pop. We gotta make sure that some of this stuff is a little on the darker side. We definitely got to clean up maggots coming out of his mouth a little bit. So we got to go back to the skin. Now that we've framed the face, now we got to come back to the skin and make it have more definition. Right now, there's a lack of definition. The dark stuff isn't quite dark enough in some of these defining areas. But it'd be easy to paint using contrast paints and stuff. No lie. Like if you do like a really good dry brush like I did in that workup, and you were just creative with your, like speed paint formula, you could do a pretty solid fucking Nurgle in that pale skin like look. The problem is he'll always look a little out of focus and lack sharpness. We're gonna have to manually darken some crevasses. Dark stuff dark, baby. But feeling that. Exclamation point whip. Get the new joints right here, guys. We're setting up our raffle at the end of the show. They lock into the cradle. See what's going on Discord. Agrippa up first. They did how these guys were looking, dumped them in IPA, and we started completely redid how the bone formula was done with 100% pro acrylic. I like it a lot better, using the mahogany to clean up, rebase almost all the accessories. Oh, very nice. Very clean. This is Agrippa recoil. Yeah, bone is it's pretty easy when you just consider that it's just light brown, right? And so when you start with a good brown and build up, usually it works. And sometimes you do gotta just start over. Agree? Yeah, this bone looks a lot better. I love it. Good job, Agrippa. IQ, Votan Whip. Love to hear your critiques and any advice moving forward. Colors look great. Big fan of green. You're highlighting it up. Looks great. Any critiques I make is just stylistic. You know. It's a lot of soft edges on this armor, so it's tricky to edge highlight. So you're building a lot of good volume. Looks like by hand, using some layering, maybe some glazing. Keep it going. Make sure. Now, like, metallic might not have been the choice here. Like, unless you want to take it to, like, straight gold. Like, gold and green kind of look hype. But this bright of a green that you're taking it to is going to kind of be... You're just going to get distracted with, like, where you're going with some of that metallic trim. Lazy over on YouTube says, what's the Discord link? So we got a link over on YouTube. Recoil. Lazy, the action's on Twitch. Can't the bad image is would a red copper work? You mean for the complement? Like the red and green complement? Is that where your brain's going? And this ogre, they look like Teenage Mutant Ninja characters before. Now they are TMNT. Perfect. They do. And that vibe. Yeah, like red goes with green, no doubt. It's kind of similarly like what I'm doing with the Nurgle. Frames and borders. So if I was going with such a preposterous direction, like with my Votan, like just hype green like this, I would take my brain out of the metallic spectrum and just start by cutting all that shit in probably like black. Like probably all the trim would just be straight black. And then I would edge highlight the black appropriately. So if I did want red to show up, show up there. But my priority would be the frame, the dark frame. The link, my link is bad. You're bad. You guys are so ridiculous. War Pigment and Recoil. But you don't have to go with black. A lot of times when I don't know what to do, I just use like a dark neutral gray. I just kind of cut things in with that. And then go see where that goes. But our heads are really wrapped around the metallic trim that GW presents most of the time. Not that it looks bad. Just offering critique where I can as requested. Rottweiler. Let's see. It says fourth food, wolves, cigars, and shit. There we go. You're getting better at this. Beautiful yellow cut in on that black. What's your technique for applying the yellow on this, Rottweiler? Man, looks like you airbrushed the shoulders. What about the shield? The black and yellow slaps. Poor pigment. Nice.
An immaculate chorus. Down from the heavens descended Chuck Norris.
Like you with the resub. Says thanks for your advice. What's love, brother? Every now and then, War Pigment's dyslexia comes in with a banger. This one might have to make it to the command list. This is his Magnus Opus. His head dick. Rottweiler, how did you paint in the yellow? Looks like you airbrushed shoulders. I was curious about the shield. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's see what's going on here. I like this smoky background. Double bicep pose. Is that Bruno in there? It's just me. Is he like tall and skinny now? He grew up. Kids, they do that I hear. 8.5 size shoe at 10. What grade is 10? Fifth. Nice. How tall is he? Like 5'6"? As tall as you? What else did we get? Pulled out the grill. Wait, is this AI? Do you even own a grill? He's like, first of all, I'm 5'10". Blazing cigar on 4th of July with a torch. Oh, and your commission. Yeah, that's right, Captain Banhammer. Nobody has a beat anymore. Coyle says, yeah, you're not 5'10", 5'8.5" on a good day, or at best. I mean, either way, he's taller than me. And it's Ogre. Speaking of young men, did you ever get updates from Metzinurse, the boy wonder, on Jing? Yeah, like last time I heard or talked to Metzinurse, he was learning how to play guitar and getting like professional lessons from famous people. It sounds right. Metzinurse, or and it's Ogre, right? Hammer, 27 months.
You like? Oh, you got a lighter?
Nice. Classic.
You like? Oh,
Running back with his torch. Classic. Crazy, what's up, brother? We're Pigman, what you got here? It's like Battle Cat? What is this? I would 100% pay to that Battle Cat. It's your hero escape, Manicore. Who's Raylan? That's Raylan. The angel. Oh, and a sick moth. Ah, I see now. Exclamation point land. Oh, that's right. We have a command for that. Yeah, I love this little guy. Gramus. You were just now back and forth with your manager that he can bring you your yearly work test to you in person or eat shit. What's a yearly work test? Banhammer. Oh yeah, that's right. Rock and Kill Team. Bro, look how sick this is. Was this actual just straight up game? Or whatever the fuck it's called in fantasy, I don't know. Full ass AOS game. But look at that. Carnosaur or whatever it's called. Getting up in your business. Gramus was like a driving test or some shit. Driving safety. Bro, I failed the written driving test like 2 times in a row. Last time I took it. Know how to drive, don't know how to write. That's right, Captain Banhammer. Gramus, accurate. Ooh, look at these, Banhammer. Beautiful. Oh, I see. You did like kind of a stitched effect on the flag. Yeah. Looks good. You pulled it off. Bro, what's up with this guy's like satchel? Like his weapon satchel. Isn't he a ghost? Look, he's like loaded down. Does he just have like a ghost sword? Fuck. Oh, this guy's nice. They can shoot through cover, don't need line of sight. What do they shoot? Ghost pistols? Spectral bolts. Oh, bro, this terrain slaps, dude. Yeah, you went hard on it. The factions are in. You can teleport the terrain? Bro, iOS is ridiculous. Yeah, these little houses are awesome. Oh, that's nice, Crazy. Painted this little space wolf guy. Highlights look great on him, man. Painted it for your friend. Painted at like this. It looks like a game store in the background. It's your store down in Florida. Doing a bunch of Navy shit now in Florida. All right. Whip it out and forever hold your peace. Not too much. Require loose lips, sink ships. That's right. He wouldn't tell me even if he was doing some Navy shit out here. That's like rule 1. That's right, Captain Van Hammer. That actually might be the motto. Exclamation point dice bag. We got our second giveaway popping off in about an hour. So 360 Yodogs per raffle ticket. Escalating throughout the month. 5 giveaways every Tuesday. In toto. 1 bag going home tonight. Hashtag no hobo. Crazy says, funny thing about that guy, he gave me full creative freedom and I didn't know what to do, so I just painted a better version of his scheme. Nice. Let's run it back to the great unclean one, this Rodicus. Let's play around with that skin. Like I said, I'm going to show you what I mean by, like, we need to make dark stuff darker. Because it's really easy to use a tint speed paint equivalent over a workup like this, and it will give you a degree of contrast. But colorful shadows isn't always enough. I'm gonna lock in the obesity cradle. Well, I'm fat. Almost broke the chair, guys. I'm gonna take a look at the box. Okay, so let's get some of the other colors we had in play. Golden brown. And I think I'd like to see us going a little bit beyond that. Yeah, the Bamber says, don't pretend like you can read. Look at the box. Let's look at the pictures, man. I can't read. Kramer says, I paid for a new gaming chair with eBay mech money. Hell yeah, dude. What'd you get? Okay, let's try this. So we're using some of this, but I kind of want to be authorized to be somewhat creative here, but we don't want to get too crazy. So I think this dark neutral gray, that's darker than what we have. I'm going to link it back to the yellow brown, golden brown situation. Put a spot of the jade in there. I think that's a mistake. I was getting ready to desaturate it with the gray. That's a mistake. So let's go with the classic, something that's never let us down. 5 yo dogs, anyone can guess what color I'm pulling out. First guess. First person to guess the color I'm pulling out. Mahogany, orange, Captain Banhammer wins. 5 yo dogs. It was mahogany the whole time. I made it seem like it wasn't mahogany for a second. So we got some mahogany here. Lowered the opacity. Added a little noosh. want to do is darken some of these recesses. And we already did a good job bringing some teal in. But we're also experimenting right now. Kind of figuring out what is the recipe. Who said mahogany first? I mean, on my screen, it shows Banehammer first. What does it show on recoil screen? Stippling some mahogany in right here. Under that slitted eye situation. He's got like a droopy eye. Crazy. He's like, I'm not mad about it. I'm just happy I got it right. Or crazy. What are you saying? That you typed it so fast there's no way somebody beat you? See, we're just darkening those recesses, sharpening the frame. Semi-opaque, a little wet. A little noosh in there. Recoil. Oh my god, you're so ridiculous. See, look how much sharper the image just got. I'm going to repair some of this by going back to the warm white. Heavy warm white signature series. Maybe a little bit of the bright jade. Mix a little bit of the mahogany in. smooth that out in a couple of locations, especially some of these areas where I want some of that jade to show up. As we kind of explore the composition in a kind of low risk area, like the face is pretty low risk, but considering that 90% of the face is really just the wrapper around it. The body is a completely different situation. Oh, crazy. Please. So Captain Banhammer misspelled it. Technicality. Give them both 5 uniforms. Okay, let's take some raw, heavy warm white, a little noosh. Let's get that eye. There it is. Yeah. I like that. Lower the opacity further. Rinse it. Grab a little bit more mahogany. Get a little bit of the golden brown. These random like little maggots hanging off of his face are gonna be annoying. Let's grab some pure white and go beyond the warm white. High opacity, low moisture.
When it's coming at you like monsters in the night, and you feel the danger that makes you wanna hide. When the cards are stacked against you and you're standing on the edge, now's the time. Now's the time. Think about all the dreams you keep inside. Think about all the ones you love. I know this beating heart will be my guide. I know that we can overcome. When the world's so cold and we're losing hope, I need.
Yeah, I'd like to sharpen it up even more, this thing. Grab a little bit of the golden brown again, but this time just the golden brown. I think I can get kind of like a glaze going that kind of blurs some of the lines. It's low opacity and watered down like a wash.
Closer than your heart when the weight is getting heavy and the future is unsteady. Close your eyes, think about all the dreams you keep inside. Think about all the ones you love. I know this beating heart will be my.
Yeah, I like that. Get a nice yellowing. So it's really just the colors. And we'll just kind of keep using them in different ways. Some bright warm white again. Some warm white again. Heavy warm white. A little bit of noosh. Yeah, I like that. Now the teeth need a little bit of work. They look too much like everything else. I think that they need to be kind of more neutral, even though like yellow stained teeth makes sense. Maybe we can just get away with the gray and the recesses here. Let's take some of the dark neutral gray, add a little moisture. See if we can just use that to get inside the recesses. Yeah, it's better. Yeah. Well, try to keep that skin pale. It's got a lot of action in it. AQW, thanks, man. Dark Horse. The little maggots are kind of annoying. Hard to isolate. I'm looking at the box art to get inspiration. I'll grab some pure white. Let's see, there's a couple things going on here. Pimples. And we're just stippling those. Now, like it might actually behoove us. Like I said, we're in experiment phase. This is not the Dauntless brush I'm using. This is my standard brush for my course, Bay and Emmer. So I've got straight up transparent yellow. And I'm going to put those right over these white pimples I just laid down. And it should be aggressive, and I want to see if that holds up. Go back to the white. With that. Now the magenta wash repair, yeah, that thing is, yeah, that'll ride. That's like that speed paint shit. But like honestly, it looks like shit. Like if this is how good our model's gonna look here, here, and here, that looks exactly like what it is. It looks like you took speed paint and painted it over Wraithbone white. You know what I mean? That's the problem with it. It has no substance. It doesn't look like what it is at all. That's the issue, is like it's a fine technique for a model like this. If you were ever going to use that technique, this is a good spot to use it, but there's like no meat to those little maggots. And so here, looking at some of the inspiration. Just seeing what they did. They did a lot of. I mean, they just kind of do whatever the fuck they want. It's wild. Whoever painted this Ronick is slaps. So I'm gonna take some pale pink. You kind of wet dry brush over it. Just going top to bottom, reprint. And it's gonna leave some of that magenta intact. See that? We're getting whiter, essentially. Apply half a pot of Nurgle's rock, call it good. Rinse this. Kind of, now I have this blown out number 6, which we kind of obliterated over the last few projects. This might be perfect. Let's take some of the white. We're going to try to use this as a dry brush entry point. Now we're going places.
She don't like the flash, wanna keep us in the dark. She don't
This was like Dog Wars outside.
when we're miles apart. And it's getting to the point where it's too much for her. Wanna throw
A little bit
us
more.
away 'cause it's too much for her. She can't hide away 'cause the world knows who we are. She don't like the lies. She don't like the lies.
I wonder if I can get away with a little bit of this. Like directly over some of these sores.
Don't wanna share with no one else. Want me to herself. Don't wanna love in front of the camera. She don't like the lies.
That's good enough. Sorry, recoil. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to get some staining. So maybe the introduction of a new color might be interesting here. Maybe this is an opportunity to bring some of this fluorescent green into the mix. Noosh, Russian green. want to do is kind of like frame. Like a little glazing. Kind of where the mouth is touching the maggot heap. And maybe push some of the green in around as almost like a pin wash. Like a directional wash, trying to get in between some of the maggots. Treating it exactly as a wash. So I can turn some of this light down. That green right there. Tracking up from the bottom. That's filter. Bro, in person it looks so good. Captain Banner's like, I was just thinking about some green. Side effect of watching 1,000 hours of next level painting content. Bro, in person that shit is so hype, Banhammer. Just like building up the fluorescent opacity down here. Bottom. Take a little bit of our teal or bright jade. Cut that as well. Someday someone will make a camera actually do minis well. It's the fluorescence is really the problem. It's like by the nature of it, of its composition, it's difficult to see when not in person. Just bringing a little teal in there too. So now that I see how awesome the fluorescent green looks, I'm gonna use it as a. I'm gonna use it a lot. Like I'm gonna use it here where the fabric is making contact with the skin, like kind of just hidden under there. It's a fucking hack, bro. Yo, this shit works so good on this color scheme. And it's so easy to apply without it looking messed up. Like it's so fucking easy to filter over it. No mistakes, nothing. Straight cheat code. Unlocked. It adds a whole nother layer for such little effort. And almost no fail rate. Half of the effect of the terrain painted can't pick up a camera. Oh yeah, there's just certain things that are so hard to film. Banhammer. I kind of feel like green for the eye too. I'm not gonna lie. Let's just throw a little in there, see what happens. Recoil. Up, down, down, left, right, BA, fluorescent green. Decode elect. Love it. Let's take some of the pale pink. Get some of these maggots. White. Let's brush. Pull out some more bold titanium. Little maggots dripping off its face are kind of tricky. Let's take some of the pale pink and let's see if I can cut back in the kind of the line work. Take some warm white. Some white. Go back to the fluorescent green. See if it holds up as a cheat code here. I think that'll ride. Take a little bit of white. His teeth. White. Let's go dead center of the eye. Okay, I think I'm satisfied with that result. Go back to this tentacle here. So we learned a lot about where we're going to go on the skin in general from that exercise and how we're going to tighten up certain focal points of the main body and kind of cheat on others. Let's take some white, mix with some of that jade. That's it. Some jade, some water. Just kind of just stipple that in. What we want, possibly just see if we can get a little bit of line work here and pick out some of these bumps. She's running a heart pull. Just kind of following the pathways of all these little kind of stretchy tendons, ligaments. Grab a little bit more of the jade, less of the white. Think. A little bit more jade. A little bit more white. Caddick painting. What's up, brother? This is the Dauntless brush. Caddick painting. Vein hammer, rather. Gonna create a little bit of a soft filter with some more jade. There. Beautiful. Chaotic painting. It's looking good so far. See the mini on my PC monitor makes a huge difference. Glad you're back from work right now. Man, chaotic painting. We got about 17 minutes left in our second dice bag raffle. Or actually, before we start the raffle. I haven't started the raffle yet. We're just dropping some opaque ass white on some of these boxes. Rinse it. And I think that the transparent yellow we pulled out will look just fine here. Yeah, I'm super happy with that. That's what I wanted to see today. I wanted to really workshop the color palette. And the thing is, we have the color palette. It's not like we added that much to it. We just organized them correctly. Brought that green in, and that green is real. See the bottom of the jawline? That green is ferocious in person. We got the frame dark, crisp. We got the color of the skin looking great. And so you can see how we're going to apply some of this strategy to this. At Ace, what's up, brother? What's the perfect size D6? I mean, depending if you roll a ton of dice, you want the little ones. Most people roll like the half-inch dice. You see how his face is the same color, same base color as the body, but we tweaked it, right? We flipped the EQs. And you see, that's what we're going to do on the rest of the body. It's chill, it's easy. This is nothing like that Titan. Like, we built them in like 4 hours tops. And it's going to be completely low stress and a blast to paint. Big organic models like this, so easy. Or I'm not going to say easy. Like, you know, we used a lot of precision on that face. But I'm going to say you have a lot of freedom and it's very low pressure, which makes it feel easy. And it's definitely easier to make look dope using the techniques I talk about here on the show and in my course. It's definitely easier to make this guy look dope without having super precise brush control yet than like the Titan. So we're going to keep a lot of dark framing where we can. Toenails, this, fingernails. We're drawing inspiration from the Rodicus box art on the pale albino presentation. I'm extremely happy with this project so far. Check my phone. So I'm gonna set up the raffle here now. 12 minutes left. So fast. And Volume 1 is on Patreon right now, which is edited up from multiple entry points. Covers the base coats, the airbrushing, the dry brushing, everything like that, the priming. Now, look what I got in the mail today, Caddick Painting. Oh, yeah. We got 5. We already gave one away every Tuesday. Today's raffle ticket has gone up in price. It's going to go up in price every Tuesday as you accrue free Yodogs. Dick bag. Nice. So today is 360 Yodogs, which is double last time. I'm gonna set it up. Now remember, You can't buy into the raffle and then buy in again afterwards. You have to buy in however many tickets you want up front. Exclamation point ticket space 1. That's 1 ticket. Space 3. That's 3 tickets. You can't do 1, then 1, then 1. It won't let you. You have to make that decision up front. Exclamation point ticket space number of tickets is 360 Yo Dogs on the second Tuesday. Dark Horse, your blue orc be in your favor. May the blue orc be in your favor. We pray. What if I want to buy a ticket and then keep buying tickets until I win? You can't. I just went over that. So I'm gonna put 8 minutes on the timer. Or should I make a sync it with our show? Try to do math, Templar. Math is the devil's tool. I can only do addition. I don't believe in subtraction or division. $360 Yo Dogs per ticket. You get a Yo Dog for every minute you watch, and it's 20 Yo Dogs to the dollar. Exclamation point ticket. You know what? Make this a command. Recoil. And then put the instructions that we always put in there, right? So if you want to support if you want to post on Patreon, what am I doing? Oh, look at that. Crazy sent me a screenshot on his Twitch and showed him saying it first. Should have posted that in the whip session. Hitting a rampage. What's happening? Are you saying donations are broken? That'd be tight. Bro, no wonder Crazy was fucking having a conniption fit. Hope everything's fine on Stripe's end. Well, I don't think it's Stripe, is it? Because of the holiday weekend, I haven't gotten my paycheck from Patreon on the 8th. Straight broke. But business runs payroll tonight. And it's going to negative my bank account. Ticket raffle. Nice. There it is. So you guys have 3.5 minutes to jump in on this raffle. 360 Yo-Dogs. It just goes up in price from here. It's a strategy that people are going to try to let Templar have it and then just buy in next week. Idiot Rampage doesn't like you today? How do you normally support? Patreon, credit card? Curious if like credit cards are broken or something. Of course, there's still a Final Four this month. Top D Grand Prix. Credit card, huh? That's upsetting. Because that's the that's they use a Stripe. That's what I'm dealing with right now with Patreon. Which and I'll pause the timer if we go into overtime. I put some stuff in the mail today. Recoil.
This is a testicles. I repeat, testicles.
Testing the system, which does put us in overtime. So I'll pause the timer. Recoil. Thanks for the testicles. We get some strong man love and chat from my man Recoil. Francois knows. You always got my testicles. It's not taking your money either. Credit card money you can't activate. Let me see. Sometimes I have to like click a button. Sometimes it gets broken. Sync. I'm doing a code. Oh, what's this?
You gotta get swifty in here. It's time to get swifty. Oh, you gotta get swifty. Oh, yeah. Take off your pants and your panties. Shit on the floor.
That's interesting.
And his name is John C.
Word.
There might have been something hung up in there. Like maybe a pending update. Ugh. Hope that's not the case for Patreon. I sent him a sternly worded ticket. Yo, let me get some love and chat from Chaotic Painting. Sorry, I had the thing up for that. Wow, they're spinning up the Room Forge chopper. Chaotic, was that credit card?
Shut the f up about Moon Men!
Boom chica wow wow.
Infinity Rampage, did you make it work? Thank you, Chaotic. So, credit card down, PayPal up, which makes me worried about Stripe over the weekend. Because it did say some of my credentials were invalid and I had to update them, which I just did. Currently, there's a minute 36 Templar. These guys have a minute 36 if they want to jump in. Unpause. I can't take money for raffle tickets. I had to pause it. Exclamation point ticket space number of tickets. Minute 13. So now I'm going to go log into Stripe, see what's going on. Because that's, I think, how Patreon pays me. Coming to Florida in the chopper. Twenty seconds. All right. Bro, raffles are rigged. Update the scroll. Now, this is new, Templar. And if at the end of this month we say we don't like this for giveaways, I won't do it anymore. I got this idea from Mohawk Miniatures. But as if you guys come together as a community at the end of the month after we give away all the bags and say this is garbage, we hate it, we won't do it anymore. I'll do a survey. Congratulations, Indiana Rampage. Thank you guys all for your support. Templar. I'm sorry you didn't win those odds. We're going to set up a raid. Where do we want the raid to go tonight? Next level survey crew is now hiring. Rob Weiler. That's right, Templar. You said it earlier. The next 30 years is just Idiot and Rampage flying around the country with the fucking dice bag, taking photos with him in the dice bag, posting them on Instagram. Catch me if you can. Recoil says, Duff. Rot is having a nap because of his head dig. Okay, we're setting up to raid Duff. Guys, bring the length, the girth, the positivity on over to our boy and Penny Duff. Thank you, Templar. Thank you, Data Rampage. Recoil's mom at us, Ogre. Thank you guys for kicking with me today. I'll see you guys again on Friday. We're going to clean one. Let's go. The bottom of my heart. Until we meet again, you guys know the routine. Play on, players.